I mean, did we? I suppose we should have thought in the first place why it was clamped so tightly shut.
It was not only clamped tightly shut, it was clamped in a very unusual fashion shut. Well, okay. The physical clamps look like something that a fucking redneck who wanted to make a pressure cooker did. But the way that you released it was very unusual.
I don't see any magic on this.
I'll try that.
Kinley's like, oh, yeah, my eyes, they don't work. You guys all molest the pot for a while.
Is it a broken effect?
No.
I'll try my glasses.
Burn a charge, and would you like to try burn a charge? Would you like to? Yeah. There is great kind of power there. It's a kind of power. It's a bit weird. It's not standard. You're like, yeah, but inside of the pot of doom is
It's Elmo.
It's Elmo. Elmo lives in the pot. You're pretty sure if you open it, either him or some sort of green goblinoid who thinks it's a garbage can lives in there. You don't know.
Okay, I open the pot.
Inside, have you ever seen angel hair pasta, that really fine stuff?
Yeah.
Okay, it's kind of like that, except it's not pasta, and it's kind of glowy a little bit, and it's blue.
I think we found our thread.
Yeah.
And it's blue.
Can you try and wind someone to your stick?
I tried to wind some on my stick.
You notice it becomes entangled with the white kind of ethereal stuff, and then you've got blue and white threads that are kind of intertwined and stuff on your stick. Yeah, it's all on your stick now. You have a stick of shit.
Now are we able to, like, stretch it out and stuff?
With your hand? No.
Okay.
I mean,
So we still
you
only
can kind of
okay.
fluff it. You know, like, have you ever gotten with somebody with, like, really wispy, dry hair, and you're trying to do something with it, and it just kind of keeps fluffing?
Alright,
and
so we still
like
need
fucking
more.
a dandelion.
What about the trident?
I was thinking about trying to loop it onto a trident, but
Let's go to the trident room.
Yes, clearly.
You guys mini stampede your way over to the trident room. The large statue of a sea god is standing there impassively with his trident on his blue carpeting.
Let's see if you can stretch out the thread.
Blue carpeting signifying the ocean or water. Most likely.
Yours that are very poor interior decorating taste.
Sure, let's try and stretch out the thread on this thing.
I measure it.
Right. You put up the thing next to it, and the red thing goes chunk, and it stops at a certain place.
great. I cut it at the red line.
Now, you have a choice. You can either only cut the blue, you can only cut the white, or you can cut both.
Blue.
You feel that your choice may be significant.
Gonna cut the blue short then.
Okay, you begin painstakingly cutting only the blue. Okay, the blue snaps. You've still got all this white shit.
Shall we?
What?
Seems incomplete without him.
What, you want to cut the other one as well?
It's entwined, isn't it?
Not anymore. You did some really deft scissors work there, but
So
the white
blue
stuff
strand-
is still able to be cut if you wish.
the blue strand would represent the blue mage.
Yeah.
So what would the white strand represent?
Probably Janus,
Potentially.
potentially.
Okay.
But
Do we
you
want
do
to
feel
kill
incomplete.
Janus?
Do you feel incomplete? It's like I'm not finishing the task.
Do we need to go back and put this in the pot now?
No, I don't think so.
No, I don't think so either.
I think it's both. Chuck. Fuck
Right,
it.
he cuts the other one as well. And you guys just fucking, it's like a thrum of power goes through you all and through this whole place, and you don't know what's just happened, and there's no fucking easy explanation.
I did something.
Should we see if that's changed anything?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
You want to just give us a simple answer, or you want us to go?
Where would you like to go to see what is up? Or are you just traveling throughout the house at random, or do you have a...
Yeah, go
I didn't know.
back through.
I'll give cards if you go to the right place first off. Or in the first three. First three, I'll give...
I wanted to go to the cellar with the painting of the lady in it.
Okay, that's cool.
Was...
She's smiling faintly in the painting now.
Oh.
She wasn't before?
No.
Did the statue
Take charge
change at
for
all?
that. No, statue did not. Well, he's frowning a bit, but he kind of was frowning before. So you're not sure if he's frowning. You didn't look at his face all that close. He kind of frowning, but was he frowning before?
I discard the... Does anyone want the I can take it, coach? For healing?
No.
Scott? No?
Yeah.
Yes? No?
Nope.
Right. Alright, discard that down to 4, and then I play Insta-Hero.
Cool. Nice. You've got two more rooms to go to try to. Otherwise, you'll just wander around at random until you stumble across the right room.
I would go check the diary.
I also then... I'm going to use full retrieve on the Insta-Hero.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, probably going to lose it anyway.
Yeah. Okay, so the study is your second choice for room?
Yes.
Okay, nothing has changed there. Third choice for room?
The ballroom with the picture of the priestess.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
And nothing has changed there. You guys wander around aimlessly, checking all of the rooms carefully until you finally get back to the giant silver disc hung on the wall room. You go there, and the middle of the disc is kind of a swirly thing now, like a big fucking round television. And in there, you guys see... It's like, if we wander around long enough, we will discover the right place, Logan. I'm like, that's fine. You guys see this guy, who you may or may not recognize, going, no! And give me Analyze Magic as you're watching stuff happening to him in his underwater lair.
Shit.
Okay, I made that last. Oh, well, okay.
Glenn goes, oh my God, he's becoming more powerful. We're all doomed, he screams. Right. You watch the stolen magic that he had been sucking in from some source being snapped, perhaps by invisible shears, and then his power to come back after death being snapped as though by invisible shears.
Wow.
Huh.
You notice that the distaff, measuring tape, and shears crumple away. Their job done. And then a new face appears in the mirror, who you may or may not recognize.
Oh, hey, it's Janice.
It'd be better if it was a Joker.
That would have been fucked up there. You've done my evil bidding, says the Joker. No, she looks and she says, you are correct, Mr. Firestarter. Father, she says.
Hiya, sweetie.
She nods at Glenn. And she says, you...
Nice skull.
Hmm?
Nice skull.
Thank you. You have done well.
Is Is this your pad?
She says, remember, you must, at all costs, restore the balance. Especially you, Freddy, you lazy fuck, she says, and then fades from view.
Let's face it, she's right.
Kindly control your daughter.
I have no power over her.
You're her daddy. Teach her some manners.
Damn.
She knows to get me whiskey. That's the important thing.
So, this is all you're doing?
I think she's gone.
Oh.
It's just a
Will there
wall.
be treasure?
It's your creepy warning of do something, you lazy fuck.
I mean, okay, we need to make the logos. I know.
He screams at the big silver disc hung on the wall for a while. As you're turning to leave, Kinley, you notice in one of the pews is a very nice, expensive bottle of whiskey with a little bow on it, just sitting there.
Thanks, sweetie. I'd pick it up.
Now, what would you guys like to do next? Because for some reason you're not just kicked into wherever the fuck you're still here. You're like,
no, we need to use the exit door, but I'm thinking while we're here, there's more stuff we might want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, like getting that fucking living in post-Brexit England book, yeah.
You never know when that's going to be.
Oh, that's such a fucking good cover.
I was told there would be treasure.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
I think the two musical instruments are pretty nice.
Mm-hmm.
Those are interesting.
Mm-hmm. You guys, everybody give me a essence times 5 or less as you feel
Pulled.
stuff from your cloaks sinking into your body.
By
Assuming everybody makes it, I'm going to tell you what I
times
felt.
1.
Times one.
Cool. Those who made times 1, i.e. everybody but Freddy, I will tell you a couple of different things. And Freddy, I will tell you the bare minimum. So, Freddy, you are currently wearing the white cloak, correct?
yes.
You're going to fucking love this. All this shit that I'm going to tell you now, with the possible exception of the instruments, depending on the magic thing, because that's lesser magic, that's petty magic. All of this shit that is happening now works anywhere within the wall of skulls only. Outside of the wall of skulls, over an amber chaos, doesn't fucking work. Inside the wall of skulls, these things work. So, Freddy, any sanity loss that you take, if it's a die size, you take the next smaller dice all the time, if you remember. If you don't, well, fuck you. Okay?
Okay.
If you can tell me why, I'll give you a card. Scott, I believe, was gray. Any healing spells that you cast are next larger die size.
Oh, I thought Kenny had that one.
And, well, yeah, but he's evil. And Kinley, on any damaging spells you cast is next larger die size. And as to the rings, Freddy, make me a new times 5 roll. And the other two, I'll just tell you because you rolled super good as the treasure you were promised comes into fruition.
By 4 again.
All right, sure. All the rings are the same. Once per day for duration of combat, anybody who tries to hit you is either at half or negative 30%. The disadvantage is that's broken if you outright attack anything while the effect is going on. It just stops. And it's, quote, no drop jewelry. So if you're not attacking, then you go, activate, nobody can hit me. And then everybody's at half. Or negative 30 if they're super good at it. But if you attack, then the effect stops.
And it's once per day, so.
Yep. If you
That's
get into
good.
more than one combat a day, you are living the rough and ready lifestyle. Or you're out skilling. It's great if you're fleeing from people.
So these powers are.
All within the wall of skulls only.
Is this activatable or is it always on?
No, it's you say, I activate my, everybody's at half to hit me, and then you go, I'm going to stab this guy. You're no longer at half to hit.
So it doesn't just trigger automatically. Okay.
No.
You have to be wearing the ring, wearing the cloak.
The ring. The cloak is now just a pretty cloak. The cloak's powers have sunk into you. You've internalized the cloak powers.
Okay.
I love the cloak.
Yeah, you can keep the cloaks. Those are fine. But they're no drop jewelry. So pretty much your only choices with the jewelry is either I've got it on, or I destroy it.
Mate, I think Lucy would like one of those fucking rings.
God damn. Heal. Don't throw a rock at somebody. Heal. Grappling, though, would destroy the effect. That's an attack.
Any aggressive move.
Anything offensive is just,
Well, yeah. Unless you get really clever with what's offensive.
Yeah.
If you get clever, then you might be able to do some sneaky shit.
Yeah, you can dodge and make them hit the wall or something.
I had sex with your mum. That's so offensive.
Yeah. If you get more clever than dodging them, having them hit something else, then you can get away with quite a bit.
All right.
Yeah. I mean, you can parry and hope you riposte it off.
That would be an attack.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Wow.
Now, you're going to have to get more clever than that. Yeah. Now, Scott, just before anything else, you take an extra refill as you come up with the Fates thing. Pretty much put everybody on a path quickly.
Yeah, I mean, considering you seem to have put a lot of red herrings in there, it seems like it's like, yeah, this is it.
Yeah. I did my best to put in plenty of interesting shit to try to distract him. It failed.
Does anyone have junk cards?
I have 2 potentially.
I could pass the nope and the replenish before I take my refill.
I have a couple of cards I can throw away as well if it helps.
Sure, I'll take whatever you want.
But now, keep in mind, you've still got an hour left. If you want to try to take anything else from the house, or if you want to go somewhere else after this, or see what effects this has had on stuff, then that can
I want to
be
visit Clem. See if this did anything to that.
Are you talking about the deer or the barbershop?
Well, both, really.
Well, let's go back to, while we're here, we'll go back to the deer one.
You guys go to a deer. He's sitting there mounted on the wall.
Clem.
Good job. That's all he says. Anytime you bug him, he says, good job.
World of Pain, everyone immediately discards all their cards and does not refill their hand.
We want to know
it?
Yeah, play the nope.
Just like Korea. I was talking to somebody the other day, and they were like, oh yeah, my dad's really old. And I was like, yeah, I bet he can't do things that he wishes he could still do. And the guy goes, yeah. And I was like bombed the Russians. And he went, yeah.
Hey, Henry.
Yeah.
Do you want to go get those bottles of wine in the cellar?
Mm-hmm.
Do I?
There's 3 of them.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys retrieved the bottles of wine.
Red stapler.
You really want that stapler, don't you?
My stapler.
What are we going to do with the blue man group?
When you open up the cloakroom to look at him, it's just the outfit he's wearing, surrounded by a puddle of water.
Yeah, I told you it was just a symbol.
I retrieve my rope.
It's all wet.
I try to wring it out.
Well, I was going to say, you might want to give it to Kinley, and then I thought about what I was getting ready to say. And I was like, nah, you do your best, but it's still soggy. I mean, just show here's pieces of rope back. It just gives you a bunch of crap. Yeah,
I'm taking the violin, by the way.
Guys,
Mad now.
do you want to take the lawyer then, Claire?
The violin does have a case, and you can get the bow and violin in there, but the case is not like adventure ready. It's a normal violin case. It's got a couple more hit points, but same with the lyre case. These are delicate instruments that will soon be smashed to shit. As soon as you fall off your first fucking small cliff or something, they're just gone.
You guys want to play some pool?
The way I see it is, until they do go away, it's something else can go away with the fucking like magic item bye-bye card or something.
True. Okay,
right,
everybody give me a play pool roll as you guys play pool and freeze.
Yeah,
Unless you don't want to play pool, and then you don't have to play pool.
Yes.
Freddie has managed to. Have you ever seen a kid try to play pool and they go, and the stick goes, and it buries itself in the felt, and so that the entire stick's under the felt, and he just looks like. And then the table bursts in the flame.
I hate this game.
Yeah, you guys all suck at pool. So Freddie's left a stick fucking embedded in the pool table under the felt. It's yeah. I've actually seen that done once. And the guy was not happy on the pool table.
You know, after this you will be labelled a sexist, Freddie. You do understand that, because all your ideas were like, let's go cook and clean and knit, because that's what women do.
If you want to give your email for any hate mail that anybody with any common sense or whatever would like to send you.
25starter@gmail.com.
There you go.
I'm gonna change back into my normal clothes.
Yeah, I probably should do that as well.
All right. You guys, Kinley doesn't for some reason. He just stands there posing.
Do we want to take any other stuff, or I think we're done mostly?
I try to detect high magic on the red stapler.
Okay.
You just love that stapler, don't you?
Got it. I know what your fumble is. You will not give up this red stapler. You feel oddly possessive of it, and if anybody takes it away, you're just going to burn down their place.
Nice.
Make a note of it.
What happened to the? Do we still have the tools that we were using?
No, they crumbled away.
Oh, they crumbled.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, look, what would happen if we just didn't know anything about Greek mythology?
Everybody knows about Greek mythology. Jesus. Look at Freddie's expression. Then you would be flailing still. As it is, you guys have finished early, which is pretty fucking cool. You don't know about Greek mythology? Dude.
Not this much.
Dude.
I know Zeus and all them dudes, but that's about it.
Dude,
Weavers
the
of Fate
Morns.
Weavers of Fate is a pretty big deal in Greece.
The Morns.
It's not that big if I don't know about them.
What?
Did you not read the Wheel of Fate books? There was like 13 of them.
Books? Ooh.
If it's not on the internet, Freddie does not give a fuck.
Now, that wasn't based on Greek mythology, but it was very similar.
I didn't read those. I read the actual Greek mythologies because I had a classical education for some reason. I still can't figure out.
Well, it seems like we're done here. Do you want to go back and explore our little world and see what's...
I want to see what's changed, yeah, damn right.
Yeah. Alright, then we take all that stuff and we exit out the back door.
You come out of the back door, which takes you out through a smoky area into the hallway of the bed and breakfast right next to the smoky grandfather clock.
Ah.
So to answer your earlier question, Matt, yes, you were inside of one the whole time, apparently.
That's interesting, though. That is really fucking interesting. So that's what those clocks are. They're doorways to her realm, I guess, like the fucking Janus crazy smoky skull shit.
We came out of the clock.
Yeah, pretty much.
Kind of the smoky clock, or you came out of the area that is also happens to be inhabited by the smoky clock.
I feel like I've been to a really fucked up Narnia.
Yeah, fortunately, this one didn't have any rapey fawns in there, you know. So.
Okay.
It's a shame.
It really is.
Whiskey!
You had 3 bottles with you. 4, actually.
Excuse me, that's wine.
Eh,
Don't do wine.
fine, I'll have some then.
When you drink it, it tastes like celebrate this wine. Come on.
I pass a little bit to Glenn.
So, do we want to quickly go to the pool?
We need gear for that.
The
Well,
what?
Glenn needs gear. The swimming pool.
Oh, to underwater Burlington?
I still have the drone with me, although I need to fix it up a little bit.
Let's just
A little bit. You blew the tail
Gear.
off.
Yeah, I need
Well-
to get a new tail. It's not that big of a deal.
we could just literally drop in there, find out what's changed, and then get out.
Well, we can't. There's fish in the way.
No, not when you initially first go in there.
Yeah, well, there's nothing in that room.
We don't know.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
Could go see if Clem says something different.
Alright, let's go and see, since Clem is along the way, see if Clem's has changed at all.
okay.
And then we'll check the pool out.
Mhm.
And then I want to go talk to the damn Sandman.
Gotcha. That's a good thing to do. You haven't done that yet?
No, I've been doing mods.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Sorry, Adventures in the Mysterious Universe.
Of course.
Alright, yeah, we go to Clem's.
Right. You guys wander over to Clem's. Clem's like, howdy, what can I do you for?
Barbershop status, Clem.
Functional. Under repairs.
Status of Old Burlington.
Partially destroyed. Complete destruction imminent.
Shit.
Can you
Destroyed.
wanna go? Okay.
It just says destroyed.
Yeah.
What?
You had to wait for the rest of the fallout. Now, by the way, just as a quick side note, for you guys at this time, it's destroyed. But if you're with 2 people who have done HH3, it's destroyed. If you're with 2 people who haven't done HH3, you could still go there, but there, just so you know, there's going to be nothing really wild because your actions in this mod have caused it to get destroyed because of what you did.
I was still interested. Let's just go to the pool. I want to still see if it's still a gate.
It is not.
Right. Okay. Good.
Okay.
What was
Well-
destroyed?
Underwater Burlington.
Yeah.
Okay.
Old Burlington. seems
I will
to-
take evidence analysis rolls to figure out
I
that
thought he
thought.
said partially destroyed.
Yeah, well, it was, but
It
then he
was
updated it.
in the process of.
Oh,
Critical.
critical's good enough. Okay, what was happening is, according to Freddy, with his amazing knowledge of stuff that he may or may not actually know, the blue mage seemed to be like stealing magic and running it through all those mages and stuff in there to purify it or some shit. And then when you guys cut the blue line, that cut his magic suddenly, and then there was a massive backlash which destroyed stuff with magic, which then set off the nukes, which then destroyed the zone.
God.
So imagine like a nuclear destruction and a magic nuke both going off at the same time.
See, that's an interesting thing. We always worried about setting the nukes off.
Mm-hmm.
But in a way, if we could have done it without having to be in that zone, it could have been a way of fixing all this.
Technically, we did
Uh-huh.
have an opportunity to do that.
He
With
could
the,
have sent...
with the drone.
Well, the
No,
problem is one person would have still been in there and
No,
would
we had
definitely
a
have died.
card that
Oh,
would have allowed us to do that.
which card?
Party escape.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
But still,
Yeah.
I'm just
Either
saying,
way.
we always thought about saving the mages, but it's like, what's a few lives for the rest of the universe?
Well, yeah, well,
Right,
that's what I wanted.
well-
I wanted to save the mages.
It may or may not have killed the blue mage. Actually, I already know the answer to that.
Well,
But
he's definitely not dead, but yeah.
right. But no, I mean the easiest way to solve that is just go, tink, here's a little underwater bomb, set timer, and fuck off. Done.
No.
So there's really simple solutions to some of the shit, but you know, this one was much
Yeah,
more
but we
interesting.
weren't trying to do that. We were trying to get the mages out.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, that's
Oh
why.
yeah, that's super complicated, and yeah, but there's always a way, but yeah, super complicated.
All right, so cleanse is operational.
For you guys at this time, right now, yes, but again, if you're with two people who have done this mod successfully, then yes. If you're with two people who haven't, then he's on the fritz right now, but he might be back later type thing. Because I'm just running people through it. Once everybody's been through it, then I'm taking majority vote. So if the majority of people have succeeded, then it's fixed. If it's 50-50, then there's our problems.
Next time I play, it's me, Emily, and Jeff. So Jeff hasn't done it.
Yeah, but you and Emily have, so Clems will be operational for you. But
He's new enough where he probably won't even know any difference anyway. He'll be like,
Yeah, he barely knows what cleanse is. So.
right. So,
I mean,
yeah.
unless. No, that's fine. Yeah.
So what's next?
check on the salmon.
Yeah. No, hold on. Whoa.
What do you want to do with your fucking super delicate instruments? Because Glenn, I know, wants to stuff his in his backpack and just wait for the fucking stuff in there to grind it down to nothing.
Let's go to the golden waffle, drop off what we don't need. There. Like the instruments and all that.
Well, no.
Yeah.
Hold on. Well, no, hold on. Hold on. Magic is not probably good to do it in here, but...
There are certain zones that if you take any magic items to, they'll just go turn into dust and you're gone.
Don't go to Guri with that, yeah.
No. No, it's not going to be... It's going to be too big for that, isn't it?
What are you doing?
I can't pocket it, so... Alright.
No.
Just imagine him carefully shoving a violin up his ass.
Until you get the next higher up on the tree.
I don't really do it that often to do it, so it's alright.
Oh, that reminds me. I need to pocket. Thank you, Kinley. I need to pocket one of my trumps. So give me a sec. Before we leave. Are you both happy to leave your instrument in the golden water, or do you want to put it in the embassy?
Yeah.
Just let me know where you want to put it. And
Yeah, I've been avoiding storing things at the embassy, so.
I was gonna say you can always rent out a bank box or something like that if you don't want to.
Yeah, if you want to do that, we can do
There's
that
a
as well.
lot of places you can leave stuff. And I would like to point out the golden wattle, it is in a safe, but the door doesn't lock. It's pretty much just like putting it behind a screen door and going, there you go, just toss that shit in.
Yeah, doesn't seem very secure yet.
No.
There's a lot of people down there.
Oh, God, yes. So many people.
Okay.
About
Pocket one.
your storage unit in Vorus.
Yeah, I need to pay for another couple months of that as well. But yeah, we can use. Do you want to put it there?
Yeah, that'd be good.
Okay. Kinley, where do you want to put yours? Or are you going to carry that around with you?
I'll just put it in the same place.
Okay.
I'm not really bothered about it, to be honest.
Alright, I pocket my trump of the my second trump of the Golden Wattle Arrival Room. I'll make a note of that. And right, and then a luck roll to take us to the storage unit in Boris. Okay, there we are.
All right. Yeah, you've got Trump right next to the storage unit type area?
Yeah, around the corner, basically.
Cool. You guys head over there. Aside from the usual people are like living out of their storage units and shit like that. He shows you this like small lock that's just begging for some asshole with bolt cutters to come by and go, my shit. Or for him not to pay it, and then they do that thing where they all bid on it. They show it for a short time, and they close it, and everybody bids
That
on it.
would be hilarious. Can you imagine
Alright,
looking up there
now-
like, what the fuck?
Alright, I'm gonna go to the
Well,
to the front to the
Oh.
the dude that owns this place and pay for another season.
okay, mark off the money. You've got
It's,
down how
yeah,
much it is.
$200. I know how
Cool.
much.
No problem. When he opens up his storage unit, you see all kinds of shit. Like I think there's a statue and of Cthulhu and a pentagram or something
Yeah.
like that that's made out of blood. And there's a couple of like big rabbit suits hung on a hook on the wall with the big heads. I forgot to
Really?
mention those next to the back door. Shit, I fucked up. Oh well. Next to the back door when you guys were leaving, they had those big stupid bunny suits. I forgot that. And it wasn't actually required to wear them, but all the girls did. And then they got through and they realized they didn't need them. And they were like, yeah, fuck you, Logan. So it was fucking funny, though. Nostalgia for the things you hate. Let's see. What else?
Crate of dynamite still in here.
Yeah, it's. Do you know what sweating is in regards to dynamite?
I do.
Nope.
It's sweating. It's got a little liquid
That means
gathering.
it's not good.
Can you not leave dynamite in my storage unit?
Give me demolitions rolls as you're looking at it. He just sits there and laughs at you. Take a card, Scott. That's fucking great.
I made mine.
Do you know what nitroglycerin is?
Yes,
Do you know how volatile it is?
very.
Well, that's the liquid that's leaking out of the dynamite into your storage shed.
Glenn, take this out, please.
You're actually worried about him picking it up because it may explode and blow up your storage shed.
Alright, so what's the best way to get rid of this?
Changing states.
Move everything else out.
Oh yeah, you're looking at least a day of fucking hard work moving all the other shit out, and then you need to get a vehicle to put this really fucking delicate thing in. You're probably gonna want to get a lot of padding and shit, and then you gotta figure out somewhere to safely dispose of dynamite. And then you still got all the fucking nitroglycerin that's just sitting on the fucking floor of the storage shed that you used your goddamn Boris ID to get, and you gotta get that cleaned up safely.
Or
move
you can
states.
you can just grab it on the floor, trump somewhere with it, and hope you don't blow up in the process.
Yeah, aside
Wait,
from
you
the
trumped it.
nitro on the floor, that will definitely work. You know, because you still have to pick it up and step through the trump. Of course, you may explode part way or all the way or while you're still in here. You could explode at any time. This shit, pretty much he's left like a bomb on a hair trigger in your storage shed and is smiling and laughing at you right now, which is what I've done to other party members in the past unintentionally. Because in one game, I left a box of dynamite in my car during the hottest summer on record, and it just sweated. And then our PC went and jumped in my car and took off in the chase scene because I always left the keys in it. And eventually, a monster caught up to him, went chunk, and jumped on the back, and the whole thing exploded. And he's like, "Do I live?" And Jim's like, "Roll 2 out ones in a row, you do." He did. He was in a full body cast in the hospital after that.
Alright, Glenn. You're gonna buy a new storage shed.
It's still got your ID for this one. I just want to point out
Yeah,
you're
we're
on the hook.
gonna
If this
move
one
everything
blows
out.
up,
And then we'll get rid of the dynamite. And clean up the nitroglycerin somehow.
He
This is
flutters
your
his
best.
eyelids at you. Oh God, Freddy, give me a memory roll. You know what this is about. You know what this. Give me a memory roll, Freddy.
Yeah.
He must have found out about the fucking shuttle, and this is payback. Look at him. Look at him just stroking his fucking.
He also
beard.
has shit in here.
Yeah, but apparently it's all worth it. It's all worth it. You see another drop of that shit go and falls, and it hits the puddle, and you're like, it might blow up on its own. Even if we do nothing, it may just go one day. Just that little drop, and everybody just froze and looked at like, okay, it didn't blow up. We're still all here. Fingers, toes. Yeah, no, it's
We're
still,
gonna move
still
all this
sweating.
stuff out. Go get another shed. And then we're gonna move the dynamite once it's empty.
It just hums at you.
Probably want to get that at a different storage complex.
Yes. Go get one.
Did you ever replace that shuttle?
I can't lock you in here.
Give him a card for that.
Lock me in here?
Yes.
With that cheap lock?
Oh, no, I'm gonna stand outside the door and wait.
Meanwhile, just Kinley finish off a whiskey bottle, toss it in your storage shed. It goes ding, 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 right next to the dynamite. And you're like, because nobody cares about your things, Freddy. And you're not even sure who put in the fucking super evil looking Cthulhu-ish type statue then surrounded with a blood pentagram.
Yeah, I was looking at that.
He doesn't seem to care.
That doesn't bother me that much. The dynamite, on the other hand.
Little drops starting to form again. It'll take a half an hour for another drop to form.
So, need like a moving van.
Yes. Wait, we don't need one.
He just sits there and keeps staring in the shed and not moving. Do you want to just close it up and go somewhere else?
No. You put this in there.
There's a lot of stuff in here.
Can we just forget about this?
No.
We're getting massively sidetracked. Or just deal with it quickly then. We got our stuff to go do.
You do.
It's just shit. It's just stuff. It's going to go away anyway.
That's true.
My stuff.
Nit in the mirror.
We'll sort it out next time.
Yeah.
No, the dynamite
It
might
hasn't
blow
blown up yet. Well, yeah, only because you know about it now. But how long has it been in there and it hasn't blown up? Because no one's touched it.
Well, no one's
You
told
don't
me it was
touching
in.
your shit.
No one told me it was in here.
Give me a dollar amount for a moving van and a new storage unit, and we can fast forward.
So, Logan, how much?
$300. But you need do you have a Voris ID, Glenn?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want it in your name, Glenn?
Do you want to split the cost? I'll happily do that.
Well, whose name is it going to be?
My name.
Your
It's
name?
my storage unit now.
He commandeers all your shit, puts it in his name. He's got the gate code. He's got the keys. He's got everything. He drives all your shit away and puts it in his own thing.
I hate to tell you so, Freddie, but all your shit is now gone, like I said it would be.
Yeah.
No,
quickly.
it's in that storage shed over there.
Are you
don't
moving
worry.
the big
which
Cthulhu
belongs to
statue?
him.
Are you moving the
Yeah,
big
fine.
Cthulhu statue out of the blood pentagram, Glenn, or does Freddie get to keep that? It looks like a scary statue.
What the fuck is that?
I have no idea. I just found it there.
Maybe we should blow it up.
If
Why
you just
you
leave
guys
it in
need
there,
to-
it'll go eventually.
That's why you guys need to stop giving shit about material possessions. They don't mean shit.
All right. I know where to take this. Dynamite too.
What's that?
I know where I'm going to take the dynamite too.
Yeah.
Move
But
it?
first, okay, so we've already established that Scott's stolen, with your blessing, all of your shit and moved it to a different storage
Oh.
shed place.
Before
And-
you say anything else, Logan, I want to say I'm nowhere near these fucking Muppets. I am far, far away.
That you've left Kinley in a bar. You know which bar it is. You know that if you don't pick them up after you're done, that there will be problems. And so, just to be clear, Glenn drove off with your shit in a truck. He comes
Yeah, we
back.
went together. I'm not gonna leave him alone.
Oh,
But what the fuck?
well, it's his
What the
truck.
hell?
I didn't know if he
I'm
wanted
gonna
to do
help
it in
him
his
move
truck.
everything. I can't just leave him.
Okay, so everything is gone except for the evil-looking Cthulhu statue and Glenn's
And the dynamite.
sweaty dynamite.
Yeah, then we'll go back after we drop everything off.
Glenn's got the keys to the lock because it's his storage shed, and he's got the code to the gate, which you currently don't have unless he chooses to share it with you, which he won't. And I mean, I'm not saying you couldn't break into this. You could fucking ninja your way in with some bolt cutters, defeat their primitive security and shit. This is not a super high security one. It's an inexpensive one, much like you had before. So
And I let you use my storage shed. Let me use yours. Let me use yours, please. But we can. You're muted, by the way.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, your shit's in here.
So after Glenn has stolen your shit and you helped him move it into his shed, then you guys have driven back. I'm trying to fast forward here. You can figure out how to get your shit back later. Just make a note it's all Glenn's now. And you're now back at your shed with your TNT and your evil fucking statue that may break out of its blood pentagram, etc. Why does the blood still seem a little fresh? That's troubling. Anyway, but
I say you just stop paying on that thing and that problem will solve itself.
If it blows up before my contract is over.
If it blows up, you have no idea how storage sheds work.
I was going to say, you are fucked.
Yeah, no.
Even if off your contract, if they go in there and find fucking dynamite
and the evil Cthulhu statue,
you are going to be not welcome back in this.
All right, Glenn.
No, they'll put out an APB on his ass.
I'm gonna take the dynamite away. And I need you to deal with the nitroglycerin that's on the floor.
We could just blow it up.
Oh my
It's
god.
still in my name. That will be a felony.
They might not be able to tell which unit it was from.
There are police officers here. They'll tell. The bomb experts.
It just shows Freddy going, it wasn't necessarily mine, and you just see all these fucking smoky tracks leading from this one, and all the other sheds are like blown apart in this big flower.
I personally am seeing a cutscene where, as it blows up, that guy that does the guy that does the gave us all those jobs as private investigators just goes, Freddy!
I could totally see that.
We break into the unit next door, set up a meth lab, and blow it up.
Wow.
You want to put this in the other unit
Wow.
and leave it there.
No.
Then what do you want to do with it?
Meth lab.
I can just trump it out.
See, this
That's
is
not
this
an
is this is why they don't get a lot accomplished.
I'm just giving you options.
How did you
wanna pick it up? That's fine.
How did you guys go from doing such good job on the mod to now coming up with such terrible ideas?
I don't get it. It's like, unless they have the structure of a mod, it all falls to pieces quickly, and it becomes like, we need to make a meth lab. I'll get a cutting torch. Okay, we're in our shed now. Fuck them.
All right, Logan.
I didn't know that you can't store dynamite.
Well, now you know.
You can store it. You just got to store it in a proper environment for it.
Well, plus if Freddie wanted to pay a lot more money, he could have gotten an air-conditioned unit and stuff, but, you know.
It's like, I got it from Beastkin. How is it not constantly blowing up the general store there?
They
don't
have
keep it for
special
too long.
things that they do, yeah.
I probably
All
use
right,
it
Logan,
quickly. I don't
I
store
will-
it.
Yeah,
I
there's a
will
lot of
very
farmers.
gently.
I get the fuck away from there if he's picking it up.
Yes! Is Glenn running off?
Very carefully pick it up. I have my trump ready. I know I'm going.
Okay, wait. Let's break this down.
Yeah.
It's a pretty big case, and you want to pick it up with one hand and a hook, and with your third hand have the trump ready. Is that correct? Am I getting this right?
All right.
I mean, is the trump is your cock clenching the fucking trump or something here?
Glenn, come over here.
Glenn has fucking run off. He saw you picking it. I figured he'd want to get to a safe zone. Give me a demolitions roll, Glenn, and I'll tell you about how far away you are.
Sure.
Just give me a fail. This is just for knowing stuff, not for playing with stuff.
Demolitions.
That's right. Glenn got into the truck and drove away. I know exactly where he's going to be, that he thinks is safe because, you know. So, okay, now tell me again what you're going to do, Freddie.
All right, I'm going to take the safe option.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to go find a payphone.
You're going to go find a payphone. So you close up the storage shed, lock it back up.
Yep.
And then you go walking. And this is kind of out in the boondocks. So
Actually, can I just go to the general manager's area and use the phone there?
They don't want you to use their phone, but you can go to general manager's area. Phone's not for public use, he says.
Sir, somebody's vandalized my storage shed, and they've left a box of dynamite inside. I need to call the police.
Oh.
Yes.
I'll call the cops. Yeah.
Yes,
fine.
please do.
He rings the cops and cut to. Right, Freddie, give me a willpower roll. Lower is better, not to break under an interrogation unless you want to give Glenn up.
No, I'm not going to be that evil.
Okay.
By 2. Times 2.
Okay, right. Okay, meanwhile, you guys, because I had him drive to the bar because he figured if Kinley's there, it's safer. Because you weren't sure of the exact radius, but you figured 3 miles should be enough. And then you guys see a whole bunch of cops speeding past, and you know somehow. And so then you don't see Freddie, and it comes in the evening.
Were there any fire trucks?
Yeah, and an ambulance.
Yeah, probably Freddie.
Okay, and then it comes in the evening, and he's not back.
Oh. Keep drinking?
And then it comes into the bar closing, and he's still not back.
I go off in private and send him a message on my bracelet.
Okay. Right. Give me a luck roll at hack, Freddie. I'm curious to see if you're in a position to answer right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You're in solitary right now. You're like in a cell. They're keeping you so you can think about what your story is going to be next time they talk to you. And because they didn't find any signs of break-in, and they're busy fingerprinting the box, and they had the bomb disposal. Oh, sorry, forgot to mention several bomb disposal units and shit.
Yeah.
And so they're questioning the shit out of you. They're holding you without any kind of trial or whatever.
Okay.
You didn't have anybody to call because you don't know anybody, I assume.
I answer the thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
They somehow missed the bracelet on the search. You have been well, they don't have fingerprints.
Yeah.
They've taken pictures of you. Lots of pictures.
You okay?
No. I'm in jail. Well, kind of. I'm being questioned. Look, I had to get rid of the bomb. I called the police, told them someone left it there. And no, I didn't give you up because I'm not a dick.
Oh. Well, thanks.
You're
Should we
welcome.
bail you out?
I would appreciate that.
Where's the police station anyway?
I'd blow where I'm at.
I go get Kinley and head to the police.
You're worried because you are too drunk to drive. And so you're thinking Kinley might not be, unless you can give me a great alcohol tolerance roll. You've been drinking for hours.
I don't drive.
And he doesn't drive. So you guys are just sitting there looking at the truck going,
I was not binge drinking.
You told me you were drinking earlier. Rewind the tape. You said, I drink. We drink. And so, you were drinking.
Beer every couple hours.
No. You're with Kinley. He pretty much held you down, poured it in.
Let's get them horses. Oh, yeah, you can't sit with Kinley in a bar for...
Hey!
Okay. With that roll, you think you're sober enough. You're a very slight negative because you're slightly exaggerating your competency. Would you like to drive the vehicle? That's more than good enough, right? He's like, I'm fine. Redneck tolerance.
You're fine. I take it you're fine. Let's go.
Okay, you guys driving his demon steed back over to the police station show up just with the smell of alcohol on you at the police station. I'm here to bail out my friend. They're like, oh, God. And they tell you, okay, what's your friend's name, please?
Freddie.
Does he have a family name? Tribe? Affiliation?
Firestarter.
Freddie Firestarter. Yeah. They're holding him until the feds can show up because there was some issues.
What's he done now?
I really shouldn't say.
Oh, come on. You can tell me.
Give me a fast talk roll because he desperately wants to tell you, but, no.
No, just don't tell me. I don't want to know. See ya. I prefer surprises.
That was a surprise, all right, he says, and he goes back to filling out forms in his big clunky pens.
Are you sure there's nothing we can do?
Give me a fast talk roll as you attempt to... He says, well, after they got the dynamite out, they were pounding the statue because they thought it would be, it was some sort of cult or gang thing or whatever. And then it killed several officers and escaped. And so they're keeping him for that as well until they can get the feds here to grill him because he's not giving up anything. But we'll find out whose fingerprints are, well, no, we don't have fingerprints. We'll find out who left that dynamite eventually. They're going to interrogate him with enhanced interrogation techniques. They're sending him to Sleestack-on-Imo Bay.
How does a statue kill people?
I don't know, but it was crazy from what I heard.
Wow.
Yeah. He says, I heard it just kept running around and ripping people in half, and it kept screaming, Freddy, 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 every time it did that. And then they think maybe there may be a link between the statue and him.
Huh.
But we disposed of dynamite safely. That was no problem.
Somebody was trying to kill Freddy.
I don't know. But don't worry. The feds will show up, and we're going to, just waterboard the fuck out of him.
Have visitors?
No, he can't.
It's escalated quickly.
He can't even have meals. They're worried he may try to choke himself to death on the food. They will be spraying him down with water soon, though.
Let's just go and drop something off at the storage shed. 5 minutes later, Freddy's done for murders. Multiple murders. Wow.
Well, they're not sure if he had anything to do with it, but, they're going to waterboard him until they find out.
Yeah.
Cool. Let's just get to the waterboarding.
I like it. I take a card there, Matt. I like that too. All right, let's fast forward to waterboarding and see if we can withstand that shit.
We'll go back to the truck and try to call Freddy again on the.
Yeah, sure. He's sitting in. Actually, you hear water spraying. It's a while before you can get through, And Freddie, for some reason you can't figure out, after they sprayed you down with water, they threw powdered sugar at you, and then they left. And so,
Delousing.
yeah.
But it's powdered sugar. I love it.
Lice hate the sugar.